What's good, everybody? It's Jay Peasy. In today's video, I'm bringing you 3 high potential SPACs for 2021 and in the future. And we're going to clarify some things about these companies, and hopefully you can decide whether it's a good investment or a company worth following for you. So before I go any further, I just want to say that because of time constraints, I can't go too in depth about each company and really give you the full picture of what they do and why it could possibly be an attractive investment. As some of you may know, I can't upload a video longer than 15 minutes currently on YouTube. Hopefully, in the future, I'll be able to do longer videos than that and go more in depth in certain topics. But as of now, I'm restricted by time. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of these companies, show you a little bit about them, show you the chart, how they've been trading, and we'll go from there. So to begin, number one, we have Silver Spike Acquisition Corp, which trades under the ticker SSPK. So, SSPK has reached a deal to take Weedmaps public. The merger date is not finalized, but it is said to be completed in Q2 of 2021. So, that could mean anywhere basically in the next few months. Weedmaps, if you guys don't know, is the leading software and infrastructure provider to the cannabis industry. I put that in quotes because that is their words from their website. They provide a number of services and educational resources for consumers in the cannabis space, and they are positioned as a leader in a growing industry. So we can come over here and take a look at their website. Weedmaps basically provides everything cannabis related, from a map of local dispensaries and delivery services for both medical and recreational patients. Um, they also list different brands and products so people can come on here and browse and see what is available in a certain location. They also have an education arm where they do tons of cannabis education, learn about CBD products, how it affects the body, the nature of the plant itself. It's really just an a company that really encompasses the whole cannabis experience and ties the whole consumer experience together around it. Um, so now that we've seen a little bit about the company, let's check out the stock and how it's been trading pre-merger, right? This is an important thing to note, is that all these companies have not merged yet. So we are still referring to the special acquisition company, which is referred to as a SPAC. This is what we're talking about when we are referring to the stock. As we can see, SSPK had a huge run up when the announcement was officially made, went all the way from, you know, 15 to start, dipped down, and then made a run to 26, pulled back, made another run up to about $30, and then obviously the last 2 weeks, market kind of sold off, and we've seen all of the SPACs and speculative investments kind of get clipped. So it bounced a little bit from the lows, went down to about mid 16s, sitting at about $19 right now. Um, Obviously, there's a lot of upside and downside room on this chart. You can see you have about $6 of downside and at least $12 the upside to the $30 mark. So pretty attractive chart here for me, guys. Like I said, I'm not telling you to invest in any of these. I'm not telling you what you should and shouldn't do with your money. But I just want to give you a brief overview so you guys can decide for yourself. So after covering Weedmaps, we're going to go on to the second one, which there's a couple asterisk and red flag potentially by this, but we're going to cover that. Number two is New Providence Acquisition Corp, which trades under the ticker symbol NPA. So they've sort of reached a deal to take Ast Space Mobile public, right? The thing is, the voting takes place actually this Friday, so I'm recording this on a Wednesday. This Friday, shareholders will be voting to extend the date to complete the merger. So basically, this is the last day that the shareholders can come together and agree to extend the time frame for the merger to take place, which this would be a good thing, right? Because it would essentially guarantee that the merger will happen and that AST and this special acquisition company just need more time to finalize the deal and the internals to completely finalize the merge, right? So, that being said, if you do not already hold a position here, I would certainly wait till after Friday to see what happens. If they don't vote to extend the merger, I'm I might have to go back and change some of this video because this could be rendered pointless. But the consensus is that the date will be extended, and that this is something that's fairly normal with SPACs and has happened before. The consensus is that the date will be extended, so I'm hoping that this won't be an issue and won't affect the way this plays out. So, onto the company. Ast Space Mobile is aiming to become the world's first space-based cellular broadband network. They already have a number of partnerships with established companies such as Rakuten, Vodafone, and more. So essentially, these guys would be like the AT&T or Verizon, but they would be space-based and essentially would cover, according to them, cover anywhere in the world, right? So I put here below that they're creating a solution for a real problem, which is lack of cellular coverage. So think of if you're out on the water or hiking in the mountains and you lose cellular connection, right? And what if you need to use your phone, but you don't have cellular connection? Well, this is where this company comes in. They aren't necessarily going to replace your primary cellular cover provider like AT&T or Verizon, but they will be partnered with them and built in to that if you do lose service, you can automatically select your Space Mobile coverage in case of an emergency or in case of needing to communicate when you have no other way to do so. So let's take a look at their website. Like I said, I don't have much time, so I can't go too in depth, but I'm showing you guys where you can come to learn more about the company. I wish I had more than 15 minutes to really talk about it, but like I said, guys, time constraint, unfortunately. The main idea, space-based broadband cellular coverage is kind of a tongue twister. I'm sorry, but let's take a look at this chart. NPA. Okay, so similar to SSPK, the stock has really declined from all-time highs. This one much more. Um, Honestly, at this point, the risk for owning these shares is not very high because net asset value is $10 for this SPAC. It ran all the way up to 25.37, so sitting at $12 now. There's not much more downside to be had, but there's a whole lot of upside. Like I said, not telling you guys to invest, but this is certainly interesting to me. All right, moving on. The third one, we have Gig Capital 3, which trades under the ticker symbol GIK. They have announced a deal to bring Lightning Emotors public, okay? This merger date has also not been announced yet, but rumors are that it could be in the next few weeks as they are awaiting SEC approval. So this one has a little bit more concrete information and things pending, a little more concrete than MPA at this moment. But this is another very high potential company, right? Lightning Motors is an electric fleet, medium and heavy duty vehicle producer, such as delivery trucks, shuttle buses, passenger vans, city transit buses, and more. They also produce EV charging solutions through their Lightning Energy division. Okay, this company is committed to clean energy and sustainability solutions. And also, there are some rumors floating around of Amazon and USPS partnerships as far as converting delivery fleets to all electric. Like I said, due to time constraints and everything, I can't go too deep into this, unfortunately, but I urge you guys to just do your own research, look into this stuff. Information is out there. The internet's a beautiful thing. Let's take a look at their website, all right? So, like I said, they're committed to clean energy and creating EV charging solutions and basically transitioning, petrol burning vehicles into electric vehicles, right? Kind of the whole scheme of many of these companies, but I do believe this is a real company with good management and actually has an edge in their business model and will be able to succeed. Like I said, wish I could go more into it, but unfortunately, the time constraint. Here is where you can come to learn more about the company and do research for yourself. All right, Lightning Emotors. Let's take a look at their chart. So this one, not as much of a range as the other ones, as you can see. Only ran up to about 1736, and just looking at this chart, it's very choppy. A lot of weird gap ups, gap downs. From a trading perspective, I wouldn't be too attracted to this because you can't really find a trend or any consistency. You have a couple of huge upsurges followed by a week of straight selling. It's just this chart doesn't do much to give me an edge in trading. What I would do is for this company, I would wait if I was going to invest, I would wait till after the merger happens, or at least until a date is set to where I could start getting some footing on the price and start to make more of a concrete decision. But these are three that I think are very high potential and could be worth following these companies after the mergers are completed. And if they are completed, that's always an if with SPACs. It's not a guaranteed thing yet. But the idea of this video is to give people an idea of some companies that are potentially going public soon that I think are very well worth watching and potentially investing in, right? I made this slide to cover the honorable mentions, which are, I just really didn't want to include these, but a lot of people talk about these and are familiar with them. CCIV, which is taking Lucid Motors public. I'm sure everybody and their brother has heard about that by now. I'm not going to spend any time talking about that. And then APXT, which is supposed to take AvePoint public, which is a company that deals with Microsoft Office and is a technology-based company. So I think these two are worth looking into as well. Again, can't really go in depth and cover them, but I hope you guys found some value in this, and I hope I at least inspired you guys to do some of your own research and learn about these companies on your own. But if you're still watching, thanks for rocking with me. I'll see y'all next time. I'm out. Peace.